Hello everyone, and welcome to your day 6 of your 7-day yoga journey. Today we're going to work with what we learned yesterday, Suryanamaskara B, and flow. We'll begin in a cross-legged position at the top of the mat, taking a big deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. We'll begin by placing the right hand beside the right hip and inhaling that left arm overhead. Same warm-up as we have been doing, so you should be fairly familiar with this now. Keep that left shoulder rolled out, reaching with those left fingers. Inhale brings you back up to center, and exhale will switch sides. So drop the left hand, right arm comes up and over. Reach those right ribs up towards the sky, and keep that right hip bone pressed down towards the mat. Right shoulder stays away from the right ear. Inhale back up through center, and we will come through some Sufi grinds. So let's drop the chest down on the inhale, roll it all out on the exhale. We'll do 4 in each direction, minding your chihuahua if he's in front of you, and just taking your time. When you've done the 4 going one way, we'll switch sides. So pause at center and switch direction. Taking a moment, any spot that might feel a little extra sore, and just breathing into it. Remembering that this is your practice. I am merely here to guide you. You find what feels good in your body. When we're finished, we'll meet again in center and find our way over to hands and knees. Send the hips back. You may need your block. If you want to grab your block, you can place the block underneath the hips, but we're going to send our hips back for child's pose. Once again, we'll keep our knees together and we'll reach our hands forward. If for whatever reason knees together doesn't feel very good in the body or doesn't feel accessible, you're always welcome to use the knees wide, to place the knees wide. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the elbows. Inhale, press back up through tabletop, and we'll reach the hands down, sending the chest down to the mat for puppy dog. Again, using the block if you need to. But since we are on day 5, I welcome you to try and challenge yourself. See if you can do it without the block. If not, totally fine. Listen to your body. Inhale, press through the hands, remove the block if it's there, and we'll thread our right arm underneath our left shoulder. Right cheek comes down to the mat. Try to keep those hips as much over the knees as you can. I know it's kind of hard to tell where you are, but try to keep the hips square. And we'll inhale, press through that left hand and switch sides. So thread it underneath the right arm. Gaze comes to the right side. Inhale, press through that right hand, and we'll find our way to gate pose. So pivot on that right knee, left leg comes outstretched. Inhale that right arm up and over. So really pressing the mat away with the fingers on the right hand and lifting out of the shoulder on the right side, so we're not dumping all of our weight down. Making one nice long line with that whole left side body. And then we will exhale, release sides, and just spin it right over to the opposite side. Right foot plants, left foot pivots. Inhale that right arm up and over. Keeping those shoulders away from the ears. Doing so keeps a nice long spine. With control, let's come out of it. We'll just place our blocks to the side, and then we'll send our hips to the sky for downward facing dog. Taking a few moments to pedal out the feet before we find some stillness. Really press the mat away with those fingertips. Shoulders roll outwards while they squeeze away from the ears. Hips are high up to the sky, and there's a slight bend in our knees. Next inhale, let's step up to the top of the mat, look up, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up, and exhale, hands through heart center. Let's flow through Suryanamaskara B. So drop the hips, inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale to fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, come down all the way to the belly. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale that left foot up, pivot on the right foot, warrior one. Front knee comes over the front ankle. Exhale, down to your belly. Inhale, press up, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Switch sides. Inhale, right foot up, warrior one, pivot on the back foot. And exhale, plant the hands, step it back. Come all the way down to your belly, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up through the hands, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze comes between the hands, step up, look up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, send the hips down, bend the knees, arms come up overhead. And exhale, straighten the legs, hands through heart center. Inhale, drop the hips, arms come overhead. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, plant the hands, step it down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, halfway lift, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot up, pivot on the left, warrior one. Arms come up overhead. Navel draws up to the spine, pressing through the back foot. Reaching towards the sky. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale to straighten the front leg, and we'll come into pyramid. So send the hips forward. You may need to take a little step up with that back foot, and we'll grab our blocks, frame the front foot with the blocks. Inhale, draw the shoulders up and back, and exhale, reach forward with the chest and reach the hands towards the blocks. Check in with that right hip and make sure it's not tracking forward. So you can do so by just placing the thumb in the hip crease and gently pressing back. Wherever you are, keeping the front knee bent. And then we'll bring our hands to our hips, come all the way back up. Take a little step back with that back foot, come on to the ball of the foot, and we will come into high lunge. Option to drop the back knee and come into low lunge, or challenge yourself and stay up in your high lunge. Front knee tracks over the front ankle and our hips are facing forward and square. Inhale, drop the hands, frame the foot. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, come all the way down. Inhale, press through the hands to cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Taking one deep breath here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And let's switch sides. Inhale that left foot up to the top of the mat, pivot on the right, warrior one. Arms come up overhead. Finding your train track, so finding the width of the feet, finding a nice stable base, and drawing that belly to the spine. Inhale to straighten that front leg, and we'll set up for pyramid. So grab the blocks, maybe take a small step up with that right foot. Hips square to the front of the room. Inhale to reach long with the spine, and exhale, reach for your blocks. Draw that chest down towards the shin. Keeping a micro bend in that front knee and making sure our left hip is staying square. Release the blocks. We'll step our right foot back, come up onto the ball of the foot, high lunge. Again, option to drop the back knee or to stay here. If you're in your high lunge, keeping that belly drawing towards the spine and the crown of the head lifted. Inhale to reach. Exhale, plant the hands, frame the foot, come all the way down to the belly. We'll make a little pillow with our hands underneath our forehead. Taking a deep breath here. And we'll start moving through some mini back bends. So place the hands wider than the shoulders, wider than the mat. Inhale, press up, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale to draw the head towards the mat. Inhale, press up, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, release. 2 more, just like that. Inhale to squeeze. Keep those hip bones pressing down to the mat. Exhale, down. And last one, inhale, press up, hold. And exhale, forehead comes down to the mat. Make that pillow for your forehead again, but switch whichever hand was on the bottom, place it on top. Let's press down through the pelvic bone into the mat, squeeze through the glutes, and find lift with the legs. Inhale, reach the chest up, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep the palms facing each other and keep the legs squeezing together. Exhale to release it all down. Take a breath. And then we will come up again. This time we will do a variation with the arms, a more common locust pose rather. So let's inhale, press through the hips, reach the legs up, and then we'll reach back with our hands, palms face each other. Inhale that chest up, pressing through those hip bones and squeezing those shoulder blades together. One more inhale to lift. And exhale, come back down to the mat. When you're ready, press your way back up to downward facing dog. Just taking a moment here. And then we'll inhale, gaze to the front of the mat, step up, look up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sink the hips, arms come up overhead, Utkatasana chair pose. And exhale, hands through heart center. Widen the feet, roll the shoulders back, palms forward, Tadasana, mountain pose. One breath here. Next inhale, let's reach for our block. We'll heel toe the feet to the wide edge of the mat, toes point outwards. Reach the block out in front of you, and then as you sink down, pendulum the block, sink it underneath the hips, coming into your Malasana Yogi squat. Gently press the elbows to the knees, sit up tall with the back. Remove the blocks and we'll send the hips down to the mat, shuffling back, and we'll come into our forward fold. So sitting up tall with the spine, bend through the knees, and reach those hands either for the shins, the toes, or the feet, drawing the chest down towards the thighs. Inhale to bring you lift, and exhale maybe a little bit deeper into the posture. Inhale back up through center. We'll draw the soles of the feet together and the heels towards the groin, placing the blocks underneath the outer legs, the outer thighs if you need to, coming into our Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Inhale, draw those shoulders up, lift the crown of the head. Exhale. Release the feet, draw the knees back together, and we'll shuffle the hips back and come all the way down to our backs. Once you're down, let's draw the knees to the chest, chin tucks in, give yourself a big hug. Release and plant the feet down. If you don't have a block right beside you, just grab that now. We're going to come into bridge, so new posture here. Let's start by shuffling the block underneath the sit bones. Keep the knees over the ankles. We're going to roll off of the shoulders, so we're rolling off of the spine. So we're bringing that back of the neck off of the mat. Draw the shoulders together. So this is a supported bridge. You can play with drawing the feet towards the fingers a little bit more and see if you can touch the heels of the feet with the fingers. So remaining here in this mini back bend. If there's any pain, just come out of it. And then we'll release. Release through the shoulders and draw the spine down a vertebrae at a time. Feet come wide, knees fall in together. We'll come up again, so you're welcome to try it again with the block, or you're welcome to try the full expression. So reaching the fingers towards those heels, we'll inhale and send the hips up towards the sky. Coming off of the shoulder blades as we do so, making sure the back of our neck is not touching the mat. So really squeezing through those shoulder blades. As we press up through the hips, we squeeze the knees together. So lots going on here. And then as we exhale, we slowly come off of the shoulders and release down one vertebrae at a time. Once again, draw the feet wide and the knees come to center to touch. One hand can come to your heart and one to the belly. Start slowing down the breath. Reach the hips to the left side, arms come out stretched, and drop the knees over to the right side, finding your twist. Inhale, draw the gaze back up to center, knees come to center, and we'll switch sides. So shift the hips over to the right side, and let the knees fall over to the left. Arms are either in cactus or outstretched, and the gaze is either facing towards the ceiling or over the right shoulder. Inhale back through center, square off the hips, and we'll give ourselves another big hug and slowly rock our way up to seated. Find your way up to seated, crossing the opposite leg in front, and find a tall seat. Close the eyes, and we'll close our practice today with one big exhale. So exhale all the air out. Big inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. That is all for today, day 6. Congratulations for making it this far, and we'll see you on the mat tomorrow for the last day of our 7-day yoga journey. Thanks so much, and we'll see you soon.